Good morning, Trace Perot here. Aloha kaha hayaka, or hiaka. Aloha kaha hiaka, which is good morning in Hawaiian, and buenos dias, good morning in Spanish. This is the second of a series I'm doing this week, live videos of what I eat. What I eat and have been eating for the last 35 years is completely unconventional and completely different than the social norm. And I have elucidated a lot of the reasons for my doing that in the previous video, but what it amounts to is just ultimate health. No meds. I'm 73 years old. I feel like I'm 20 every day. No medication, no sickness, no chronic illness, tons of energy, and hey, it works. So anyways, I'm just going to hit, I'm really hungry right now. I haven't done any yoga yet. I usually do yoga in the morning and before I do anything. But I'm really hungry this morning, so I'm going to hit up some breakfast right away. I'm a little wobbly because I haven't done yoga. Anyways, so what I'm going to do is look down here, the shelf, okay? I'll have to turn this down there so that you can see. Can you see? Okay, down here I've got two shelves. I've got a bunch of papayas. Okay, papayas I love first thing in the morning. However, usually what I do is I eat citrus and I wait a half an hour. Are any of these ripe? This one's pretty ripe right here. So I'm going to have a papaya. What else do I have on this shelf? I've got apples, a couple apples, avocados are falling off the tree right now. Down below I've got tomatoes for the week and limes. So I'm actually running a little short on fruit this week. Down here I've got a drawer full of bananas. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. These are my bananas. These are probably enough for me for today. Okay. Got avocados are falling off the trees like nothing. Look at the size of those things. Anyways, that's enough bananas for me today. I really shortened myself. Went shopping on Saturday, and I usually get up to 30 pounds of bananas, so I only bought like 20 pounds, I believe, on Saturday. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 5 days out, that's all I have left. So I'm sure you're getting the idea by now about what it is that I eat for breakfast. Now, typically I either do a smoothie, bananas and other kinds of fruit and some kind of greens. Today, though, first thing, I'm just going to cut a papaya. My other device, my gimbal for my iPhone, is not juiced up, so I can't use it. Anyway, so here we are. I'm going to get some light on the subject. And I'm just going to eat probably a couple of papayas and 4 or 5 bananas. So that's the way I'm starting off today. Let me find a spoon. So, yeah. And on top of that, I'm going to eat some asparagus, okay? So I've got this nice bunch of asparagus right here. Whoops, just dropped a piece. I've got this nice bunch of asparagus here I bought from Pamely Produce in Pahoa. This week I was in Hilo, so I bought it Saturday at the market. Beautiful organic asparagus. So what I'm going to be eating all day is probably bananas, and I'm going to go by the health food store. I'm going to buy some dates, okay, some Nadul dates or some Diglet Nor dates, and then I'll be eating asparagus, and I've also got a bunch of celery, right? So that's what I'm going to be eating all day long. Basically, I'll have my breakfast. I may have a smoothie after I do some yoga. But I'll knock out probably 15 bananas before I even leave the house. Got to go to work. Have to go to work early today. So, and then I'll eat probably another 10 to 15 during the day, plus the dates, right? And if I choose to take a papaya with me to work, I'll eat a papaya. So that's kind of that's a typical day for me. all right? I'll either have a smoothie or I'll eat just the straight fruit. And there's reasons for doing one or the other, which I can get into. Making smoothies actually sort of obliterates the fiber in fruit. So it's not a good idea to do it all the time. Of course, it's better than ham and eggs, obviously. But you want to eat your fruit whole. And of course, I eat 100% organic, like I've stated in the previous video. So I'm going to do the papaya. Going to eat it straight. I'm going to eat some asparagus. And I'm going to start eating bananas, either in a smoothie or just straight off the cuff, right? Beautiful, sweet apple bananas. So, let me get into a little bit about the reasons why I'm eating like this. There are many and varied reasons, and I don't want to get into an hour-long lecture, which I could do, and maybe I will later in the week. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm eating something called simple carbohydrates, okay? Simple as opposed to complex. Generally speaking, well, in every case, fruit is a simple carbohydrate. Extremely easy to eat, and digest, okay, and very cleansing on your system and full of carbohydrates or glucose, which is the energy that does everything from allow you to blink your eyes to go jogging for 10 miles and everything else that you do throughout the day. You need glucose. Your body runs on glucose. Your brain runs on glucose. The quickest, easiest, efficient, and most healthy way to get glucose is to eat whole organic fruit. Okay? Now, there are different types of fruit. There are 3 types of fruit. This is what you call a high-density sweet fruit, as well as a banana. This is a high-density sweet fruit. The distinction of a high-density sweet fruit is that it has a tremendous amount of calories. It's much dense. So if you compare this to an orange is very watery. Okay, an orange is probably 95% water. A banana is somewhere between 75 and 85% water, so it's a lot more dense, right? An orange may have 2 to 3 calories. One apple banana like this has about 60 calories, okay? So the object of the day, the object of every day for me is to get at least 2,000 calories in my system, preferably 25 to 3,000 calories, depending on the amount of activity, the amount of exercise that I might be doing. So the quickest way to do that, and I will say this right now, that bananas are my staple. And people go, what? You know, your staple? Yeah, my staple. So if you ask a person from the Orient what their staple is, they're going to say it's rice. They eat rice 3 times a day. Is that strange? No, because we accept it. It's socially normal and something we've gotten used to, right? So that's what a staple is. Well, instead of rice, which is a complex carbohydrate and much more difficult for you to digest and has many other negative values when you get right down to it, being a cooked food and being a complex carbohydrate. And I'll get into what those negative aspects are eventually. But anyways, this banana has no negative values. Okay, this banana is 100% positive energy, simple carbohydrates, easy to digest, designed for the human body, uncooked. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is I'm carb loading for the day, for the day's energy that I need, for the glucose that I need to get into my system. And you'll notice something. I'm not taking any stimulants. I'm not drinking coffee. Okay, I don't need to drink coffee. One of the first things I did when I started this 35 years ago was ask myself, why do I need to drink coffee? Aren't you supposed to get energy out of your food? And then it took me 10 years, no less than 10 years, to actually figure out how to get energy out of my food. That's how obscure the knowledge is in our culture. Okay. So once I finally had that figured out with the help of Dr. Doug Graham and the 80-10-10 diet system and other sources in the raw food movement, then I was good to go. I could get all the energy, access all the energy I ever needed by eating the simple carbohydrates. Now, the reason I eat the greens, like asparagus or lettuce, sometimes I'll just eat lettuce with fruit, or celery. Celery is a big one. Or spinach. I've got a bunch of spinach in the refrigerator. The reason I do that with the greens, number one, it makes me feel better. But apparently, greens, when you eat greens with fruit, simple carbohydrates, it slows down the release of sugar in your bloodstream. Okay? Now, almost everybody in the United States who is eating a standard American diet is pre-diabetic. And I'll get into that a little bit more in depth. But people are going to say, well, doesn't all that fruit all day long spike your blood sugar? Sure, it spikes your blood sugar, but then your body uses it right away. It's absorbed into your muscles. And it's being used constantly, so your blood sugar is going up and down. It's not sustaining a high level of blood sugar, which is what leads to diabetes. I'll get into the reasons for that eventually, but the main reason, contrary to everything you've ever heard about diabetes 2, the main reason is fat consumption. It has nothing to do with sugar, okay? So, but I'll get into that. Anyways, I just wanted to demonstrate what it is that I eat first thing in the morning. Like I said, right now is not good for citrus. There's not a lot of oranges. Usually I'll have, if I don't have citrus, I'll have the second kind of fruit, which is subacid fruit. Subacid fruit are things like apples, peaches, rambutans, longans if you're in the tropics. These are all subacid fruits. And the reason I try to eat acid or subacid fruit in the morning is because it makes you eliminate, okay? So, you know, you've been asleep for what, 5, 6, 7 hours, and you ate at 8 o'clock and went to bed at 10. So you haven't eliminated for like 12 hours, right? So the whole idea behind the way that I eat well, one of the big ideas is exit time. You want food in and out as quickly as possible. So the average American is walking around with about 5 days worth of meals in their gut, okay, because they don't know what they're doing. They're improperly combining their food, and they're eating very heavy, complex carbohydrates, a lot of fat, up to 40-50% fat in their diet from animal products. This all serves to hamper your digestion and increase your exit time, okay? So all the foods you eat should be in and out of your system within 24 hours, okay? Certainly the way I eat, that happens invariably every single day of my life. As you can imagine, the toxins that are created from digesting food, if they're sitting in your system for 5 days, they're having an extremely negative effect on your energy level, your well-being, your psychological outlook, and your physical health, okay? So this is one of the major problems of the way that people eat all over the world, really. And this is a problem that I don't have, okay? My food is in my body and out within 24 hours, not giving it enough time for those toxins to be accumulating in my organs and in my bloodstream, getting it out, okay? So anyways, enough about the lecture business. I'm going to go ahead and eat some good fruit and some asparagus and some bananas, and I'm going to pack up and get my butt off to work. So this is Trace Perot signing off. Adios. Mahalo for listening. Aloha. Have a wonderful day. And I'll see you next time I eat.